If you see what we can see, then adventure waits for all of us. There's a place that we should be. Come along, 'cause it's high time we can't lose. Come and drift away with us.
Hey guys, I'm here with the boats. It's Sunday, it's about 4 o'clock now. I've been here since about 1 or 2. I've been tidying around and stuff like that. Been trying to get prepared for tomorrow. So we're having a day off work tomorrow. Gemma's going to be here from school hours, so she'll be dropping Amelia off, then she'll be coming to follow. So I'm just going to get a few jobs prepared, ready for tomorrow. So we've got some high water, so we've got some anchors to bring over. Yeah, so it should be fun. So what I'm going to be doing tonight is clearing off the foredeck. So we're going to try and clear all of this junk off so we can start preparing the lines. We're going to put some more lines on and we're putting a big cleat in it, but we'll show you that later. So this has been a bit of our dumping ground for a while because it's a big flat space, isn't it? But we keep moving this ladder about. This ladder, we've used it twice and all the rungs snapped off it, so I think it can go. I think it can go in the skip, can't it? And I've literally just noticed it says Henry across here. I've got a nephew called Henry, so I might make that nice for him. So the sun's getting low in the sky. Managed to clean off all the unnecessary stuff. I've set the big line down there. So yeah, just need to like remove all these little pieces of ply now and stuff like that, which things like this is what has been giving us trouble, to be honest with you. Because obviously there's a hole through it. So before we sheet everything, there's quite a lot of water ingress around here, so there's like some little box kind of things. It's like a little seat. We'll have a look in a minute. So we're going to remove the covers, the sheet, sorry, and then we'll start emptying out all the drawers and stuff like that to sort of see what's inside. So we've emptied the gas locker. You can see there's like a nice little seat here. Quite a nice one, so looking out on the ocean. Slide down when you're underway. And in this locker, this looks like their painting department. So we're gonna try and get all that into bin bags. We've got a bucket there full of water. Nice, isn't it? Cool. Crack on. Well, we've still got some daylight. Look at the sky. Right, so I've made a right mess now. Never mind. I need to get some like angry cutting tools out now, so I think we'll save that till the morning. But success. Okay, so it's morning. The water's coming in. I don't know if you can notice. So in the meantime, well, we need to bring over the little boat, the little skip boat thing, which is over there somewhere. Anyway, so in the meantime, I'm gonna start to remove the green sheets, which is full of mud. So, this is our super modified boat.
Test run.
It's the first time I put the outboard on it, so I'm quite happy that it fits.
So, it got full of water because it rained really bad last night, so we're just draining the water. And then we're going to load up our stuff and do our first test run in our old painted boat.
Quite a heavy load, so
Yeah.
should be fun. Very deep, so might get stuck, but tide's still coming in, isn't it, Jam?
Yeah.
Anchor.
Hopefully it doesn't float away.
Sorry for now. So the wind's picked up a little bit. I think it's because Gemma's here, but so yeah, Gemma's doing what Gemma does, aren't you?
Tidying up the mess he makes. That's what we're doing, it. You make the mess, I'll tidy it up. So yeah, we're on a bit of a time crunch today, aren't we? Because I've got to leave right at 2:30 to go and get the kids from school. So we need to get all this done as quickly as possible. So I'm not talking tonight.
No jibber jabbering, work time. So I'm going to chop these off for now because they're not very well secured. Just like something for the wind to get behind, isn't it? Yay! Hey, the ply is good.
Hey!
We found some good ply. Oh, this has got to be an exciting part of the builder. Look at this. Can you see this? Found some good 1980s ply. Check that out.
So the deck is very holy, and we can't take these bits of wood off because it's ripping the whole deck up. Well, as you can see when we tried to take this one off, it's not, the Iroko deck doesn't go all the way. These are directly into the plywood, and then the Iroko's pieced round it, which is stupid. So when we're trying to pull these bits up, it's literally because the plywood underneath is like tissue paper. It's just ripping the whole deck up. So we're gonna leave them where they are. So we put in an oak strip. So the idea with this is we're now gonna sheet this bit from up high, and we're gonna come round and we're gonna sheet to there, and then our other sheet will then start there to there, and then this as well. This will get used as like a water diverter, so all the water that runs down from the bow will then go that way and not through any big holes.
Cool. And as well here we're actually under like a slight cover, so it doesn't see that massive amount of water here, but the problem we were having was all the water was holding there and then it was leaking through our sheet. So
we're going to patch in the holes as best we can, sheet it up, get this bit done, and then we're going to work on the bow and get the cleats and the lines done as well.
So I found one of our anchors. Where's the other one?
I can do the chain of the other one.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, happy days then. Cool. So Gemma's now going to go around, remove all the sharps with her favourite tool. One of her favourite tools, isn't it? I think your favourite tool's the multi-tool, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the multi-tool now.
Alright, so the wind's picked up, great. We're about to like start trying to do some origami with the sheets because it's like curved and flat, and we'll figure it out.
So obviously our deck is very, very rotten, so we don't trust the cleats at the bow because obviously there's not much ply left under them. So in the workshop we've made a big cleat that we're going to screw into a structural part in the centre of the boat. So we made this. So the idea of this big cleat is put it to a central part in the boat which has got quite a bit of structure, and we can nut and bolt it and it's got a really good bite into the boat. And then we're gonna brace that then from the windows to tie the hull into that structural point to keep the hull together, and then we can use the big massive metal bits that we welded together to put the lines to. And then either side, there's not going to be that much force on either side of the boat when it is a bit windy and high water. It'll pull all at the same place instead of actually the boat like fighting itself apart from two different mooring lines. That's our plan. Was that
perfect? Was
that right?
That's amazing.
I'm not good at explaining things so people understand, but you'll see what I mean when we put it.
So we're gonna have to do a bit of communication today, because underneath we've got like a big chunk of material that the original windlass was attached to. So hence this is why this is going here, because obviously it's a very structural part of the boat. But yeah, so we've got these big angry like lag bolts, only A2s but don't really matter. So we're going to be drilling a small hole first, then we're going to be having a bit of glue, is there? So a bit of goop in it. And we're going to be going the lag bolts. Yeah, that's actually a bit quite nice, that. So what Gemma's going to do is drill a small hole first, and I'm going to say whether it's going into something manually or whether it's going straight through the deck and then we need to put a packer wash on it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? So our big chain is held on with this little rope.
Nice.
So this is going to be a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? From the end at least.
So unfortunately, because it's Monday, the kids are in school, so I've got to leave now to go and pick up the kids. So Gonna leave Simon to crack on his own, which I don't like doing because I don't like him working outside on the boat on his own in case he has an accident, but I'm sure you'll be fine, won't you, darling?
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine. I just worry. So I'll see you all next week.
See, I've not done much filming because we've got quite a lot to do, so hope you understand. So I've started, it's not finished yet, but I'm gonna say wiring up, but like connecting up all the lines to our new cleats. This loose line here, you can see, I'm just about to now go out and put an anchor down there, and there's a loose line over there. I'm going to put an anchor out there. That anchor was one of the hardest things I've done on the boat, because we actually dropped it off the tender earlier, but we got it as close as we could, but it was halfway down the bank, stuck in the mud, so you're trying to pick up like a 60-kilo anchor sinking in the mud. Anyway, so we've set that one. We've got to tighten the line in a minute, but we'll do that later. So I'm going to go and set another anchor over there. You might have seen me digging it out. That was the difficult one. So we've got to go set it over there, but I need to tie some more line to it because we want to get as long as we can. So cool, catch my breath, have my brew, crack on. Looks like Gemma's hair when she's not brushed it for a week. Okay, so we're going to shoot up the front now. Put a ratchet strap over that cleat there because there's chain and stuff like that. I just want to keep the chain down. So yeah, all good. Shoot it up, make it watertight. So the sheet's on, secured all the way around the outside, very secure now. So now I've just got to put some strips on these here. The other sheet comes to about here. Obviously water goes downhill, so it's not really going to go back on itself, but we need to try and stop the wind from lifting it as well, don't we? So I'm going to be putting a few strips, some flash band on it, because that sort of helps seal, so that's good. Alright, that's what we're going to do now. Let's crack on. So the rain's coming, just in time really, because we just closed it up. So what we achieved up here anyway, we're not quite finished downstairs yet, but we've got a big spider cleat. I put a ratchet strap around it to try and stop them flexing out, or if there is any stress then that'll retain it. But it also stops them moving, doesn't it, I suppose. So while we're up here, we're going to have a quick glance at how many moorings we've got. So we've got one right over there somewhere, which you can just about see a line going. Then we've got two lines going to one mooring, that's the mooring that I put in the beginning of the year. Then we've got two moorings with the light linked together over there. We've got apparently a big chunk of steel down in that gully down there. And we've got this chain, you see the chain going out. There's something on the end of that, we're not quite sure, but we can imagine it's quite substantial. We've got our anchor which we put in today. We've got another mooring over there which this line goes to, and then this line goes to. So then we've got another one here which goes all the way out, big steel plate which is dug into the ground, then that's anchored to another mooring. Then from this line here we've got the one, two lines going out that way is the one we installed today, so that's going to stop us moving sideways. Then there's another one going all the way out there, so hopefully the boat doesn't move anywhere. Have you noticed that they're all slack though, because obviously when the water comes up the lines come tight and then the boat will move then. That's the intention anyway. We need to put some more line weights. You see like there's some little weights down there. I'll try and zoom in on the edit. We need to put some more line weights because that slows the rise and the fall of the lines, stops it snagging. Right, let's go inside now and finish off the work underneath the cleats. So we're now below the big cleats, so we put some of my favourite eyelets that come out of old vans. Do you like? So the intention is now. The intention is to go from the eyelets to the eyelets that we put down the windows. So we've got that 1, 2, 3. Because we put some more on today, and then 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to be taking these ones off, modifying them to fit to these ones here. So then everything will come to a central location, because then we're also screwed into all of this, all these beams here. So yeah, should be fun, should be nice and secure. Probably be okay as it is, but may as well be extra cautious, haven't we? So on the outside of the hull now, in the painted grey parts, we've now got another spreader plate, but we've also got spreader plates on the windows that we put on a while back. So now we've got wire tension ropes now. Apologise if you get blinded. We have turnbuckles going to the eyelets. So we've also got the one going to there, and the one going to there, and the one going to there. So on this side we've got 3 windows but 4 cables. So we've got like one there, we're trying to get lower, one that way and one that way, which is all attached to the eyelets, which are attached to the big cleat. So hopefully that keeps the deck, that keeps the hull to the deck, and then it keeps the deck to the cleats, and then to the lines, and then if we do get moved around a bit, then the lines will take up strength, and then it'll be transferred through this if it needs it. So I've also done it in the aft cabin, so I'll go and show you that now. So we're now below the aft deck. So when we resheeted it and put the cleats back on, we put eyelets in. So we've got an eyelet there, so it comes all the way down here and goes to the prop mount. And so we've got a big cross, so the link's in the middle. Plays a nice tune. So yeah, so that'll hopefully, if one gets pulled, it'll put some of the force through into where the props are mounted, and then vice versa. And I've done the same in the engine room, but I'm not going to show you that because it's boring. Okay, let's go and tidy up. So it's been one of them couple of days on the boat where everything's been a bit fast flowing, and have to do this before we can do this, and it's sort of like, come on, let's move. So I'm here a lot later than I expected. So yeah, what we achieved. So we've achieved our big cleats there, done our anchors that are over there somewhere behind my head, done the little web inside. So yeah, it's not been the most entertaining, I do apologise, but hopefully I can guess next time we'll be back onto doing frames. So all good. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.